Jeremy Adams, Kevin Maguire, and a whole multiverse of other artists join Wally West's adventure into the Omniverse as the hero continues to travel from speedster to speedster to help heal the Speed Force. But soon, Wally begins his painful journey back to where it all begun. Jeremy Adams wonderfully speeds up his blink of an eye storyline and gives us a lot of different universes in one book, as it's confirmed Wally is indeed travelling through the entire Omniverse, not just one multiverse. I thoroughly enjoyed Wally getting a different perspective on his powers and the Speed Force in general, while getting to experience key moments from throughout the Omniverse, all of which inform his decision to continue to be the Flash, none more so than being able to meet his own children in his own future, which is a great bit of classic Flash time fuckery that he's allowed to do that without any repercussions. The book also closes with a return to Sanctuary, the place where Wally killed all of those heroes in Heroes in Crisis, which again is going to be retconned into oblivion as it should be, but if anyone can make it an actually compelling story, it's definitely Jeremy Adams, since he hasn't failed yet. Although I do wonder if they'll touch upon the fact that Reverse Flash had a hand in the events and influenced Wally, as seen in Joshua Williamson's run previous to this story arc. Kevin Maguire headlines the book with just an awesome team of other artists doing what the book has been doing since the beginning of the story, in that each artist takes a specific timeline or a specific time period in the Flash universe, in the DC universe, with Kevin Maguire headlining the book with a great Super Friends inspired universe, which was really fun to see those characters again in comic form, covered in some lovely bright colours. And while he only got one page, I did like that Brian Hitch was the one who did the JSA page. It's a nice bit of consistency within the company, since he's going to be drawing the upcoming JSA book, and he's done the most work on the JSA coming back from Infinite Frontier, so it makes sense that he would get to draw them here. The Flash issue 771 was another fantastic and fun continuation of Wally's adventure through time and space, taking a moment to give the character some much needed direction in his life, while not forgetting to deliver some really great action and great looks at an ever expanding Omniverse. I'm going to give this issue a 9.5 out of 10. The Flash issue 771 finds Wally West transported into the body of Reverse Flash in the middle of the Legion of Doom headquarters, where the Legion think that Reverse Flash has killed Superman. They find the proof he has given them on why he should join the Legion of Doom acceptable, as in the present, Barry tells Wally not to freak out, since it's the same as before and he's just got to find the Surge, drain it, and come back. Wally knows it's easy for him to say, as Oliver and Michael know something is wrong since the Legion of Doom's faces don't look right. Barry realizes that Wally is now in the Omniverse somewhere, which Michael knows makes sense how the Speed Force traverses time, space, and dimensions, making for an infinite number of conduits to jump into, meaning that Wally can never possibly come home. The Legion of Doom meanwhile vote Reverse Flash into the Legion, thanking him for taking down Superman, but Lex Luthor is jealous he did so, despite not saying he is when Riddler asks him. Luthor says a vote to allow Reverse Flash into the Legion is premature since he has to be a super villain who's done super bad things. Grundy says that killing Superman is a super bad thing, but Luthor wants to know how he did it, since light exploding out of people's chests wasn't on the list of powers Reverse Flash put on his application, and if he can't be honest with them, why is he there? Cheetah thinks that Luthor is right, demanding Reverse Flash tell them what he's hiding. Wally says that if he told them everything, Luthor would turn it against them, but Luthor says he would never, turning the rest of the Legion against Lex. As they begin to argue, Wally tries to slip away, but Superman, alive and well, returns, knowing whatever Reverse Flash didn't work properly. Wally takes off, finding he's in space since the Legion of Doom have a base on the dark side of the moon, which he finds quite cliche. Superman catches up to the villain, telling him to give up, so Wally tries to explain who he is and that the energy Superman has coursing through his body will explode if they don't drain it. Superman knows he wants to use the same dampening ray Luthor used against him to siphon off his powers. Barry tells Wally to find out how Lex drains Superman's powers since they could could use the same device to get the energy out of him. Lex returns in a ship, blasting Superman in Reverse Flash and breaking the station's window. Lex says he accounted for every eventuality, hence the high-powered kryptonite lasers on his ship. Wally holds on as the vacuum of space tries to pull him out into the void, as Barry says that he can survive 15 seconds in outer space. He wonders if his body dies, does he actually die? But Barry doesn't think so, letting Wally make his way out to Lex's ship, vibrating himself inside to get some air, as he grabs Lex, demanding to know how he depowered Superman. Lex refuses to say since it's proprietary, but after a few super speed slaps, he points to a green button. The power begins to explode out of Superman as Wally targets him, firing the lasers as a blinding light explodes out of Superman's body. Wally knows that it actually worked, since he can see himself being pulled away to another body, as Lex calls Reverse Flash a fool since his ship will now explode thanks to absorbing all of that energy. Wally thinks that's too bad, wanting Lex to punch him right in the face as hard as he can. Wally leaves Eobard's body as Lex smashes the villain in the face, and Superman catches them. Wally falls back through the Speed Force, as in the present, Michael tells Barry to pick up his constantly ringing phone, so Barry comes clean, saying that it's Linda on the other end and he hasn't told her yet about Wally, knowing she would be mad. Michael picks up the phone, talking with Linda and telling her everything that has happened to Wally and reassure her that they are working on it. Linda threatens Michael with violence, which he doesn't think is necessary since they will get Wally back soon. He hangs up the phone, knowing they better get Wally West back soon or they'll all be in danger. Elsewhere, Wally begins having fun as he chases down an energy-filled buffalo as Max Mercury in the Old West. He begins to realize being Flash is more than just running fast, and it's about persevering and about taking one step in front of the other and moving forward. At Titans Academy, Billy Batson and Miguel Montez talk about their respective powers, with Miguel trying to say Billy's magic word to get some powers of his own. Suddenly he's given the Speed Force energy as Wally arrives to save him and the world again. Wally begins missing his kids and Linda as, in the JSA HQ, Hourman feels weird as Wally jumps into the body of Liberty Bell to stop another breakout of energy before being dropped into the body of Barry in the past to battle the Speed Force energized Mopey. Wally knows that he needs something to keep himself running and believing in everything will be okay. Barry meanwhile finds Oliver's blend of coffee quite disgusting when suddenly he gets an idea, knowing they assumed the surge was created outside of the Speed Force. But what if the Speed Force created the surge in a bid to expel something from inside, like it was trying to throw up a bad piece of food? Michael knows that would be the reason the burst of energy is so big and why Wally hasn't been back yet, since he hasn't gotten rid of whatever is in it yet, and it means whatever was in the Speed Force was powerful enough not to be ripped apart by a primordial energy source. Oliver knows that that's not good, wondering how they give the Speed Force the Heimlich maneuver, and Michael thinks that they could reconfigure the tachyon emitter to send in a burst of energy the next time Wally goes to another body. Barry knows that could work, so he'll work on the schematics. He goes to tell Wally, but Barry knows the guys won't believe where he is wound up next. Sometime in the future in San Francisco, Jai and Ira West wait in a cafe for their father, knowing he was flung into the Speed Force and passed through many different speedsters, and now he's landed in Jai's body. Ira tells him that they are 20 years into his future as Wally feels a surge. Ira says that Jai had the power dampener on and the Speed Force surge went into him and Wally and to Ira and she absorbed it all. Ira turns the power dampener off as she says it turns out she might be stronger in the Speed Force than even her father, and she will slowly release the energy over time, which gives them some time before he has to go again. She knew Wally would be there since he told the kids a story every night before bed, and this was always their favorite. Wally hugs his daughter, happy to see that she's okay since he never had the best of luck when it comes to friends or family. Ira knows all about those stories, but it's all good now and she loves her father as well. Wally also soon learns his daughter is married and he'll get to meet the man who married her, and Ira says that like any other father, he hates him as well, but Ira knows that he's great to her. She refuses to say his name since that would deprive her of some really great memories of Wally making a fool out of himself. Wally asks if Jai is married, but Ira just laughs it off, knowing she can't tell him much about his future, but Wally seems to be pretty loose with that idea. Wally promises he won't be mad in the future, so Ira says that Jai is seeing a woman who's a time traveler and they have worked together from time to time. Wally thinks that he might have met her before, thanking Ira for getting this time together. together with her, beginning to tear up. The woman says that he's becoming a real sap in his old age, and Wally knows that he made the right choice to retire from being a hero. Irie spits out her coffee everywhere, laughing about Wally's joke since he never retired. She quickly transforms into her costume, revealing Jai is also a hero as well, and Wally knows that he was meant to keep them safe, but Irie says that he did that, and he taught them all about their powers and using them for good, and he didn't teach them to survive, he taught them to thrive. Irie opens a portal, wanting to show her father something, so she yanks him through it, racing through space towards Planet Flash, where Irie says the Flash family has done alright for themselves. She knows it's almost time for Wally to go, telling Wally that he was a great dad and what happens next will be hard for him, but he needs to trust her when she says that he'll get through it as long as he puts one foot in front of the other. She tells the listening Barry that she will close off this conduit, and if he's going to use his surge emitter, now is the time. Wally doesn't want to leave as Barry charges up the emitter, and Irie says that she will see Wally in the future as Wally is zapped back into his own body, but he finds himself at Sanctuary, surrounded by the heroes he murdered.